Okay, so in the last video, we just got into talking about how to create a positive association with the kennel. One of the reasons that many dogs cry when they're put in the kennel is because the only time that they're in the kennel is when their guardians leave. So now, or they're asleep and they're away. So now the dog is dealing with two things. I'm not just in the kennel, I'm in the kennel and my guardians have left me alone. And I'm a very social creature as a dog. So what we want the dog to do is actually, it seems counterintuitive, we want him to practice being inside this kennel while we're here. This is why the positive association that I went through in the other video is going to help him practice being in here. The way the dog's brains work, the neural pathways realign after he sleeps. When he sleeps, he'll kind of categorize everything he's learned. So the more times that he spends in here calmly, the more that myelin gets covered over the neural pathways that are related to him going in the kennel. Then he's going to be more apt to go into the kennel because that's the habit that we're forming. So we want him to go in the kennel at first just like this on his own. And he's getting a reward for doing it. After you've been doing
Kennel.
There's
Kennel.
four.
No, he's carpet. Kennel.
He's getting a bunch. So after about a week or two of doing this positive reinforcement, what I'd like you to do is when he's calm, after a walk would be a great time to do it. You go for a walk, come back here, throw a kennel treat in here, close the door, just wait a minute, and then let him come out. Kennel. So that he gets used to being in the kennel with the door closed, but you're right here. So I don't have to panic because you're right in front of me. The more experience that you give him, the more practice you get of him being in the kennel, the more comfortable he'll be with it.
Everyone, he's going to go back in.
Already, and now he's here as the kids.
Yeah.
Now, anytime that you get a new toy, a new bone, he should discover it in here. So this becomes a magic place where only good things happen. It'll take like I said, from what I'm seeing, I don't think it's going to take longer than a week or two. My concern, honestly, is you're spoiling them a little bit, and I think you're kind of going to create a situation where you might be more demanding.
Slack. You're right.
So, hey, how you doing?
Hey, you guys, you can't come down here. We're working with the dog. Not come down. See now what he does there?
Yeah.
He likes to see. He can see people.
I understand you can see it, but it's also being able to sit at the top of the back of the couch has more status than the humans. So,
Christian, you guys got to go outside and play.
So one of the things we want to make sure we're doing is providing the dog a little bit more rules and structure, because that way when you tell him he has to go in the kennel, he accepts it, as opposed to saying listening is optional because I have no rules, so I'm going to protest when I'm in the kennel. The more rules you have, the easier it's going to be for him to go in here and accept that that's what your wishes are. Okay. So this is how we're going to, the next step of the kennel is we're going to put him in here. When we're in the room, we're going to close the door, at first just for maybe 10 seconds, and then open it and let him out. And as long as he stays calm, then the next time we do it for 20 seconds, then 30, then 40. When you get to a minute, then I would go by 1 minute increments. 1 minute, 2 minute, kennel, kennel. Now I could also pet him and say the command word. It's better if we give him a treat for this because we want to create a really positive association. But the idea for this is you want to gradually increase the amount of time that he stays in the kennel with the door closed. So then later on at night when you put him in at bedtime, this is just where I go. This is just normal. There's nothing to complain about. This is what I do. So this is how we can get our dog to feel comfortable and practice being calm in the kennel.